Be honest with me for a second. Do you ever wake up and already feel tired before the day's even started? You get through a long day at work, sit in the same traffic, arrive home, make that same meal that's been on rotation for the past 3 months. You scroll on your phone after having a shower and see that your friend's hiking in Canada and your cousin's in Europe. You watch a couple of reels between brushing your teeth and deciding what to wear tomorrow. By the time you finally sit down to check what's new on Netflix, the last thing you can think about is exercising. Do you ever stand up with a sore back or get out of bed with tight knees? Maybe you take the stairs and instantly regret it. You tell yourself, yeah, I'm not doing that tomorrow. Do you ever wonder where all the time has gone? A time where you could mobilize comfortably. Have you ever decided to make a change? Maybe you've tried the YouTube workouts. You've signed up to a gym, but without direction, you felt lost and you didn't stick to it. Maybe you followed the latest health hack on Instagram. You quit after a week because life got in the way. Maybe you've tried the YouTube workouts, you signed up for gyms, or you followed the latest health hack on Instagram, only to quit after a week because there was no real structure. Life got in the way, your motivation's gone, and you're back to square one. Maybe you've told yourself, I'll start when I have more time, or I'm just not the type of person that will stick to it. But deep down, you want more confidence in your body. You want more energy. You want to feel like yourself again. If that sounds like you, you're not alone, and it's not your fault. My name's Kayla. I'm a health and fitness coach with the goal of moving as many bodies as I can to increase longevity, cultivate motivation, refine quality of life, and improve overall wellness. I've worked as a full-time 9-to-5 baddie for the entirety of my adulthood life. And to be specific, I worked in aged care management. I saw the demand and strain that premature aging is causing to the public health system, the lack of willing workers, the stress on families, and limited resources that the government can provide. My colleagues sat dissatisfied, stressed, sinking into their chairs, snacking on plastic, and finding any way to stay sedentary, maintaining a bleak and mundane routine. They lacked vision. I saw their potential. I saw what they were facing if they kept up with this dissatisfying lifestyle. I saw it, but I didn't know how to show them. That was my wake-up call. I knew I needed to make a change. Here's the truth. 1 in 3 adults don't move enough. By the time people reach 65, that number jumps to more than half. In fact, among adults aged 65, 75% do not meet the exercise standards for their age group, and 84% do not meet the muscle strength guidelines. Between 2008 and 2023, that number has increased by 30%, a concerning trend that continues to rise. Women in particular are disproportionately affected. They are more likely than men to report sedentary lifestyles, and this carries through later in life. In assisted living facilities in Australia, women take up 2/3 of residents, reflecting the long-term impact of inactivity, health, and independence. That's pretty eye-opening, right? These stats aren't just numbers, these are real people, probably just like you, stuck in the same cycle. So the question stands, how do you break out? It's evidence and science-based, and it's simple. I'll call it the longevity loop. Let's break it down. Getting bodies moving. Movement has a massive impact on the body and mind. We can stay strong, mobile, and independent way past 70. Research consistently shows that even small amounts of activity throughout the day can lead to long-term benefits. When we move, our circulation improves, delivering oxygen and nutrients to the body and the brain, which boosts energy levels and helps maintain focus and productivity. Movement also triggers endorphins and feel-good chemicals, which elevates mood, reduces stress, and supports mental resilience. This can come in handy when dealing with daily stresses. From a physical standpoint, incorporating movement into your day helps maintain muscle strength, mobility, stability, and joint health, which are all essential for preventing discomfort caused by long hours of sitting. It also supports metabolic health, assists in maintaining weight, and lowers the risk of chronic conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, and poor posture-related injuries. Muscle and bone loss in women starts as early as age 35. Every little bit counts. Next up, we've got fixing diet and nutrition. Food is more than just calories. When we rely on ultra-processed foods, it takes a toll on our bodies. If we don't focus on protein, it affects our minds. Ultra-processed foods are often loaded with unhealthy fats, heaps of sugar, and a crazy amount of salt, but lack the essential nutrients that your body needs to properly function. If this diet continues over time, you're risking diabetes, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure. Not eating enough protein makes things worse. Protein is vital to repairing tissues, maintaining muscle, supporting bone health, and keeping the immune system strong. Without it, the body breaks down muscle. Your metabolism will slow and your recovery will delay. Obviously, what goes with that is strength. It just declines, and especially as we age. Poor nutrition also has an effect on your mental health. Diets low in protein and nutrients, but high in processed foods, are linked to fatigue, mood swings, and brain fog, and even depression. Over decades, if we don't educate ourselves on what our body needs, it will break down. We're risking cognitive decline, inflammation in the brain, and leaving us with lower energy, a weakened immune system, and poor poor quality of life. Alright, next up, understanding the aging body. Aging is something we can't avoid, but how we age are shaped by the choices that we make right now. As we get older, metabolism slows, our hormones shift, and our bodies don't recover as quickly. That's why muscle loss, weaker bones, and heart problems show up later in life. But here's the truth, none of that's set in stone. With strength training, enough movement, and smart recovery, we can slow that down. And the best part, you already have a guide. Look at your grandparents, your parents. The health issues that they struggle with are a window into seeing what we may suffer with too, unless we take action now. If they've battled with weak bones, poor mobility, or heart disease, that is a reminder of what we need to focus on today. Genetics might load the gun, but we can pull the trigger. By training, eating well, and protecting our long-term health, you're not just adding years to your life, we're adding life to our years. Let's be real, motivation comes and it goes. Some days you feel unstoppable, and other days even putting on your shoes feels like a challenge. That's why motivation alone won't carry you, habits will. When you build small and consistent routines, it takes the guesswork out of staying healthy. A twice weekly strength session, a daily walk, or even planning your meals ahead becomes second nature. It's not about doing everything perfectly, it's about showing up for yourself. It just becomes who you are as a person. Next, we've got learning how to increase longevity. Much like getting to know how our bodies change over time, learning how to boost longevity is about living better, not just longer. It's about keeping energy, strength, and independence as we age, so that you can actually enjoy life instead of just getting through it. The science is clear. Moving your body and building strength is not just optional, it's essential. Strength training keeps your bones and muscles strong. It helps prevent falls, eases joint pain, and fights natural muscle loss that comes with getting older. And it's not just about muscles. Staying strong protects your heart. It keeps blood sugar in check, lowers the risk of chronic diseases, and even sharpens your brain. Every step, every lift, every movement adds up over time, giving you more years to feel capable, confident, and full of life. The choice is simple. Move now and set yourself up for a future where you're not just surviving. And lastly, make time work for you and not against you. You don't need to spend hours in the gym. You don't need to overhaul your nighttime routine. Even just 5 to 10 minutes of intentional movement or mindful nutrition can make a real difference. Research shows that short daily body weight routines, even for people who are mostly inactive, can improve strength, boost energy, and lift mood. The key is consistency over intensity. It's not about doing everything all at once. It's about showing up for the small things day after day. Those tiny targeted actions compound over time, creating meaningful change that add up in the future. Maybe you've already tried some of the heavily marketed cookie cutter routines that are on the internet. Like maybe you've signed that gym contract that you promised you'd do a year, but you couldn't stick to it because you didn't know what you were doing. You've watched the YouTube workouts online, but they weren't designed for you. You probably tried it for a couple of days and then you just gave up. You've tried the powders, the fad diets, and the pills, but as soon as you stopped, the results disappeared. Maybe you told yourself you'll start when life calms down, but it never does. Creating the mindset of doing the hard thing now is going to pay off in the years you put aside to be in care. Think about your future. Would you rather rely on others for basic care or be the person still moving confidently well into your 70s? Where adults are having children later and elders are aging quicker. Let's make a change. Let's understand how our bodies move and what we're truly capable of. Let's understand the impact of how we're fueling ourselves and share this to our families and friends. Let's stop making excuses for ourselves and viewing those who don't as lucky. You aren't sentenced to an uncomfortable and degrading future. Your current physical abilities or age does not bind you to any specific demographic. Be the outlier and show others what's possible. This is why I created my coaching program, to finally give you the structure, the personalization, and accountability that make results last. I've just launched a 12-week challenge that I'm excited to invite you to. Within the 12 weeks, you'll have access to a personalized app so that you can track progress anywhere at any time, workouts designed for your body so that you never feel lost or stuck again, a macronutrient guide and diet mapping so you can still eat what you love but see results, weekly calls and check-ins one-on-one so that you're supported every step of the way, and access to a 24/7 chat support so I'll always be there for you. If this resonates with you, don't wait. Spots for my 12-week reset are limited. Click the call link that's attached to this video and book a call. I'm excited to hear from you and I'm excited to work with you. Let's get this show on the road.